Welcome viewers to the first Footy Show of 2018. G'day Crawls.
G'day PT, how are you mate?
Great mate, it's great to be back with the region's longest running, highest rating footy specific web video show.
Absolutely mate, it's fantastic to be back.
It has been a long off season, but there's been a fair bit happening around the traps. So we thought we'd just update people on what's been happening amongst the AFL North Coast community.
Absolutely, a few new arrivals mate.
It's been busy.
Paddy Curtin and Laura Connell. Paddy played at Grafton last year and they've welcomed little Clancy into the world. So beautiful little girl. So that's congratulations to those guys.
Yeah, first edition from two AFL players.
Yes.
Paddy and Laura both played last year.
Absolutely.
Then down in Port we've had Rod and Catherine Sonigan who've welcomed young Thomas. So congratulations to those guys.
Absolutely. And Scotty Dalton and Sarah. Our development coordinator from the mid-north coast, Port Macquarie area, from the last couple of years. Obviously they've moved back to Brisbane, they've got married, and they've had a little baby girl as well called Charlie, so it's super exciting.
Yeah,
a couple
awesome.
of other female footballers to add to the ranks, mate, in the near future, as well as young Thomas down there in Port Macquarie.
Fantastic. And then other news, they said it would never happen, but Jill Woodlock has actually retired from the post office. So well done, Jill.
Outstanding. Enjoying spending some time back home with Jimmy, I suppose.
I don't believe so. No, not the slightest. But speaking of Jimmy, Sir James Woodlock and Mel Hunt both got the great honour of running with the Queen's Baton Relay. So again, with major events all around the place, without the involvement of AFL North Coast, it just doesn't happen. So well done to Jimmy and to Mel on that one.
That's exactly right. And in exciting piece of footy news. Not Northern New South Wales, I suppose the North Coast area have got their first ever draftee. So Jake Brown, who many of our viewers will know from his Swans days, has been drafted to the Swans on the rookie list. And it was
fantastic for Brownie.
Absolutely. Very, very well deserved.
Yeah, it couldn't have happened to a nicer young bloke. He always puts back in whenever he's in the area, even before he was on the Swans list and had to come back here for different bits and pieces. But also I think just really positive for all of our young viewers out there, Crawls, who do have their sights and their aspirations, their sights set on maybe one day scoring a contract to play at the elite level. Just goes to show that you can do it from the north coast of New South Wales. So you work hard, you plug away, and hopefully you get there one day.
Absolutely, mate, absolutely. And the off-season, mate, how was it for you? Nice and relaxing?
Oh, look, it's been the usual summer hibernation, as Matt Anderson believes we do here. So, very little happening the last few months. Has there, Crawls?
Yeah, that'd be right. That's what they all think.
Yeah, so other than a couple of things we thought we might just highlight. So I guess our 2018 year started, probably the first big ticket item for us was we had our women's draft. So we divvied up some of the ladies there who'd been playing with us throughout last year into 3 teams. So we've got a fantastic 3-team competition, and you've got a bit of a show and tell over there, Crawls. Yeah,
so this is what the ladies will be playing for. Fantastic. The Lynette Perpetual Premiership Cup for the women.
Yeah. So really, Tony and Cheryl in it, both being fantastic footy people up here on the North Coast, key drivers over a number of years, and I guess their name going on that cup is partly a fantastic reflection of the fantastic work they've done and how appreciative we are of that, and partly a reflection of the fact they paid for it. So
absolutely, you put your hand in your pocket, you get a trophy.
Absolutely, and we very much appreciate Cheryl and Tone for that, and I'm sure the girls will be looking forward to getting their hands on that at the end of the season.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's been one of our big ticket items. We've also had a fair bit of work with a couple of fantastic organisations in Clontarf Foundation and the Girls Academy, who are both doing fantastic work in high schools, keeping kids engaged, keeping them in schools, Indigenous kids. Clontarf, we ran an AFL X day down in Port Macquarie with 4 different teams there.
Cracking
full day, wet day, but great day of footy. Ripping to see the kids having a red hot go. And then Girls Academy, we supported a couple of the Girls Academies there to get down to Sydney and lined up some games for them against some girls from our Kickstart team and Western Sydney Regional Indigenous Academy. So that's been a couple of big ticket items for us too, Crawls, to tick off.
Absolutely, and we've had the North Coast Academy of Sport Youth Girls program start. So that's all the regional academies of sports are running an under 16 girls program. So girls turning 14, 15, and 16. So our program started up here locally with Sally Panafix and Cambridge McCormick running the program there, and they're doing a fantastic job. So we sort of assisted them finding some players to participate in it, and also helping them along with their beginning coaching. So
yeah,
that's
doing a great job, two ladies.
Yeah,
fantastic
they're
work.
doing a terrific job. We've also had a bit of Swans action, mate, which you'd be pretty happy about.
A lot of Swans action.
Yeah, so the community camp was on in early February. Got the players 4 to the Port Macquarie region and 4 to the Coffs area. Took them around to a lot of different schools.
Had the big gun. Jake Brown.
Took
Took him back to the old stomping grounds.
Brownie came home, took him to his 2 schools that he went to on the North Coast in the time frame, which was fantastic.
There was a Brown media blitz.
There was, absolutely, yeah. Prime and NDN, both interviewing him.
Dueling camera crews.
Yeah, absolutely, at JPC, so that was exciting. So went to a lot of schools, did some nice functions and things like that. It was a really good success. And then obviously the pre-season training camp. Yeah, next week, pre-season training camp where the whole squad came back up. We had a great super clinic for 5 to 12-year-old boys and girls, and then we obviously had a couple of school visits there as well, and some functions which were really well received amongst the whole community.
Yes, yeah, it was, yeah. And then just last weekend, just to prove you can never have too much Swans action in a region, we've had the Youth Girls Academy series, mate.
Yeah, absolutely, which was great. So the best 44 under 18 girls from New South Wales and also from Queensland met in Coffs Harbour. What a great place to have it at CX Coffs International Stadium. We were lucky enough to have 7 girls from our northern New South Wales region participate in that, which was fantastic. We'll know within the next week or two how many of them make the actual state squad to go forward to play in the national carnival. So that's a fantastic effort from our region and the girls, and I suppose credit to our competitions that we're running here in the female space.
Yeah, and the girls got to play, they were named as Swans, Giants, Suns and Lions academies, and so certainly from our New South Wales girls who were split between the Swans and the Giants, that was a real buzz for them, wasn't it, getting to pull on the orange, and then the real buzz was pulling on the red and the white.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to have that alignment there. Yeah, so that's fantastic. And obviously PT, one other big ticket item for you particularly, the AGM and the Education Roadshow.
Yeah, so that was another big day for us, and great to have representatives of all the clubs there giving up a day of their time on a Sunday to come out for our AGM, which has obviously been an integral part of what we do on an annual basis, but then to follow that up with Education Roadshow, get some great support from a couple of our staff down in Sydney and from Smythe down in Newcastle.
Super Coach Smythe.
So that was a great day. So, there's been a lot happening in the so-called off-season, mate.
Absolutely. But footy started.
We're here. It's finally arrived. Kicked off last Sunday with their junior competition underway, and it was fantastic to see all the kids back out there. Huge grins on their face, loving their footy.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's magnificent.
3 weeks of AFL was just enough to whet the appetite for them. Now we're down to the real deal.
That's it. AFL North Coast footy's back.
Absolutely. So, but again, I mean, just like we started the show with, we talked about some new arrivals. Well, we've had some new footying arrivals, mate, because not least of all is, again, hot on the heels of a couple of new clubs last year, a new club last year and a couple of years before that. We've got a brand new club out of Southwest Rocks, the mighty Southwest Rocks Dockers.
Unbelievable. I love their jumper. Just classic, isn't it?
Ah, it is. And it's great to see some supporters out there on the bandwagon for the Dockers. Already surpassed the number that the Fremantle Dockers have got, I believe. So, they kicked off in style too. They had a home game down at Southwest Rocks Sporting Fields. And got a win, which is fantastic for them. So they're up and about. They're really keen. Looking forward to the rest of the season. We've also had a few extra teams into the competition. So Nambucca, who started last year with just an under 11s team, have now got an under 13s, which is a fantastic rate of expansion for them. They're going really well down there. Camden Haven Bombers have got an under 13s team for the first time in quite a few years. And the Coffs Breakers, who've had a full complement for a number of years now, but have doubled up in the under 11s. So just like Port Macquarie did last year and have done again this year, we've now got Breakers running 2 under 11s teams. So fantastic to see that, and certainly with the numbers we've now got in both 11s and 13s. 11s we're continuing with our conference format and playing some crossover rounds. And under 13s, we've got enough teams now we can do that as well. So we're keeping the travel down for everybody and just bringing them together on a couple of occasions for gala days.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic, mate. Really, really good. And a little bit of news, I suppose, about facilities as well. So you mentioned the Breakers there. They have their first home games back at Fitzroy Oval. Obviously went to Leisure Park last year with the redevelopment of the facility. It's absolutely fantastic, and they've obviously been training there for a couple of weeks now. But the first home games this coming Sunday morning, so that'll be fantastic. Also,
Breakers guys were down there on Wednesday night. I saw digging holes for posts to go in. So all that training they've been doing, they can now actually add goal kicking to that as well.
Absolutely. Hopefully they can kick straight. And the other great new facility is at Connell Park out at Bellingen. So I was out there last Sunday morning for first ever game, which was terrific. It's great exposure for the club. You see people walking past, seeing what was going on, and that'll be really, really good. And they've got fantastic numbers on the back of that, and also some sessions we ran at the public school. But they are probably the Bulldogs, I'd say, are in their strongest position possibly that they've ever been in, which is fantastic. And I think Connell Park will only help make that even stronger, which is great.
Yeah, Burdett Park's probably been one of our most picturesque grounds, and fantastic little facility there, but certainly moving into town, getting a bit more visibility, high profile, not to mention the access to the coffee shops, Crawls.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Did wander up there, had a coffee, and I got a milkshake after a game, so that was great. And less likely to get flooded at Connell Park as well.
Absolutely.
That was happening at Burdett Park.
And so, 2 big weeks of Fitzroy you mentioned before, so first home games for the Breakers juniors there this week, and then the following week when the senior comp starts, the seniors have got a home game to unfurl the premiership flag. So big 2 weeks down at Fitzroy. So.
And I think they've got an intra-club game on this Saturday as well, with the Masters playing at 5 o'clock as well. So
absolutely. Yes.
Any over 30-year-olds that want to go and have a game of Oz kick for old blokes, as we refer to it.
Exactly.
Pop on down to Fitzroy Oval for a kick of the footy on Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
should be great.
Yeah, and I guess the only other thing to mention, Crawls, is umpires. We love them dearly. Always looking for more umps. So if anybody's out there, got the urge to blow a whistle, have everybody come and watch you, please let us know, and we'll get you linked in with the way to get down the umpiring pathway.
Absolutely. Sounds good. There's one more thing I have to tell you, PT. Yeah, the Tigers are still premiers, mate.
Fantastic. Good to know, mate. So, still got it, mate. We've had a long off season, but we've still got the Footy Show magic.
Absolutely. Well, 12 and nearly 30 minutes of gold there, mate. So enjoy your footy this weekend, guys. Hope your team wins, and look forward to seeing you down at local club footy shortly.
Yeah, get down to a ground somewhere.
Have a great weekend.
See you, viewers.